Hi everybody, I'm Raul Chavez and I'm going to present our poster named A Patient with Human Immunodeficiency Virus Infection and Persistent Fever. Here we present a previously healthy 27-year-old woman from Oaxaca, Mexico, who was admitted to our hospital. She had a car accident in October of the last year, so she went to a hospital where an incidental severe anemia was diagnosed. She got transfused and sent home with oral iron reposition. 1 month later, she began with involuntary weight loss of 6 kilograms, fever, diaphoresis, and chills. She got a human immunodeficiency virus test positive, so she went to another hospital where she was diagnosed with severe macrocytic hyperchromic anemia with hemoglobin of 2.5, lymphopenia, and perennial acute kidney injury. She received irritation and got transfused, and the diagnosis of HIV was confirmed with a Western blot. The syphilis test and chronic hepatitis test were both negative. They initiated prophylactic treatment with acyclovir, itraconazole, and trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. On February 1st, she was referred to our hospital, where we found hepatosplenomegaly. The severe anemia persisted, and the peripheral blood smear documented few metamyelocytes and dysplastic granulocytic cells. The labs showed abnormal liver tests with hyperbilirubinemia and lactate dehydrogenase elevated. We diagnosed a non-immune hemolytic anemia without cold agglutinins and a paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria test negative. We couldn't discard an structural enzymopathy due to the high transfusion requirements. Beta-2 microglobulin was also elevated. The wall scan of the body with tomography documented hepatosplenomegaly, and our ophthalmologist discarded ocular infections with opportunistic. The bone marrow aspiration and biopsy showed dysplastic change and erythroid lineage dysplasia. The CD4 test was 51 cells per millimeter, and viral load was highly elevated. Toxoplasma, Epstein-Barr virus, and cytomegalovirus serologies, also conventional and lytic blood cultures, Brucella microagglutination tests were all negative. During the hospitalization, our patient persisted with high fever. We made a liver biopsy with a histopathology report of microgranulomas with Nielsen pass and Warthin-Sparry stains, and PCR assay for TB all negative. The PET-CT showed hypermetabolic bone marrow and in axial and appendicular bones, reversed left spleen and liver ratio, and non-specific hypermetabolic generalized lymph nodes. Due to the lack of diagnosis and the persistent fever and the cytopenias, we made an splenectomy on February 21st. The spleen biopsy was negative for TB or lymphoid malignancy. 1 week later, the liver and then the spleen biopsies reported the presence of Histoplasma capsulatum, so we initiated amphotericin B deoxycholate for 14 days and then itraconazole. The fever and blood transfusion requirements gradually remit.